Hey Mini enthusiasts, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're all having a great week. What are you all doing up there? More to the point, what am I doing down here? So, empty workshop. I've seen sense. Minis, I've had enough of them. They just rust away, nothing but a pain, constant maintenance. So I've decided to get into Volkswagen Beetles instead. Only joking. It's that time of year, so Vinny and PL are both sawn. That means the winter project starts. So that Project Sprout starts today, even though we started it about 2 months ago. So first thing we're going to do, I've had a nice tidy out of the workshop, just cleaned up all the floors, got it all ready for the cars. Let's get the cars in here and then we can get started. And there we go. That's how you get all 3 Minis in. Yeah, I did measure this up beforehand, and it looks like there's plenty of room around Sprout. That's enough room for me to work on. I've just got to get them properly covered up now and prepped for, well, certainly Vinny and PL, getting prepped for being off the road for the next 5-6 months. So I'll talk maybe about what I'm going to do there. Right then, they're all in. And firstly, a quick apology. I keep saying right guys, and I'm quite aware that there are some female subscribers and viewers, so I do apologise if I keep doing that. I'll try to do it less. So they're all in now. I'm just going to talk over in a little moment about what I do with them, how I store them up for the winter, what I do. It's fairly simple stuff, but I thought I'd just talk about it quickly. Another quick unboxing. So I've been buying more bits for Sprout. First one is a complete new steering wheel, obviously minus the airbag module. So I'm replacing this wheel because the one in the car has got cream leather side bits, bolsters, whatever you want to call them, and they're just worn out. They look grubby. I might have a go at refurbishing the one in the car, and I may still use the one in the car. But complete steering wheel off eBay. It's in very good condition actually. I think it was 55 quid that. So it will cost me more money to send the wheel away and get the steering wheel recovered. So I'll have a go at myself, and if it all goes wrong, I'm gonna have a backup steering wheel. For me, my preference, I would just have plain black because I'm often jump in the car with grubby hands and that sort of thing. So that's for Sprout. I've also got a genuine Unipart fuel filter. Got that from Castle Combe, GFE 7119. Nothing special. I think SPR fuel filters are a different part number, so you might want to double check. And brake light switch. There was nothing wrong with the old brake light switch, but where I took the heater ducting out for the the heater box inside the car. I managed to break the old one, so I've got that as well. Another couple of bits. A few people asked me how I cleaned out the header tank on the car. I used a bottle brush like this. You get them for doing baby bottles, I suppose they're for, but you can bend them around, manipulate them into whatever shape you wanted. And basically I just chucked a bit of gunk in there, cleaned it round with this, come up like new. And then obviously a bit of brake cleaner on the outside like you do. So moving on to laying the cars up for the winter. One thing I do, so I might have mentioned this last year when I bought them. These are like, not sure what's in them. It's like, I think they're like silica gel or something like that. It might be carbon. Basically they're absorption bags. They're meant to be for like caravans and motorhomes. One of them I think is meant to be good enough to do a caravan, medium-sized caravan, so perfectly adequate for a car. You just put them in there, they absorb any moisture in the air, which of course, even in a garage like this, because it's not heated, because it's detached from the house, it does get damp in here. So put that inside, it keeps the damp down, and then all I do, there's one for each car, although I need 3 now. I just put them in through the winter, don't touch them, just put them on the floor. And then in the summer, I just take them out, put them in the airing cupboard over the summer, dries them all out again nicely. So that's that for the moment. Let me just show you around the garage, show you around the car, and I'll talk a little bit about how I'm going to lay them up for the winter. So there we go, that's all 3 cars in the workshop. I do apologise if the image looks a bit warped. It's on super view at the moment, so you get this really wide angle, but it just gives you a good look around the workshop really. So obviously Sprout will stay where it is. As far as working room on Sprout, you know, I've got a fair amount of room to get around it. It's not too bad. Plenty of room around the front and the back. Then obviously I've still got my workshop bench here. So that's not bad. The only compromise is at the back here a little bit. There's not much room around here, but I can push it forward a little bit. I think that's enough room to work on the car anyway. And the other 2 are well and truly squeezed in here. I can still just about get down the back here to the bits I need to. And then Vinny, yeah, Vinny's pretty tight in there. Bit of room down there. So obviously I'm going to stick those bags in there, the sort of silica gel bags, just to stop the cars getting damp. They're going to get covered, so they'll have those indoor car covers on, and I'll probably put some sheets over the top as well to try and protect them. I don't think PL will be too bad because it's right over here, but Vinny, I'm obviously going to be working down this side, and I'll probably be cutting and grinding and that sort of thing, so I want to make sure that doesn't get damaged. Aside from that really, so laying them up, they're not going to get touched for sort of probably 5 months now. So I will fully charge the batteries now, and then they'll get disconnected. So you want to leave them 12.6, 12.7 volts. Any lower than that and the battery will just start to sulfate and get damaged over the winter. So although they start and they run fine now, the batteries naturally discharge a little bit, even when they're not disconnected to the car. It's a very slow rate, but when they're connected to the car, you know, they'll go flat in sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Disconnected, it might take a few months to go flat, but they will still naturally just discharge a little bit anyway. So it's worth just charging them up first, making sure they're fully charged, sort of 12.7, 12.8 volts before disconnecting them, and then just disconnect, leave them. They should be fine over the winter. Tyre pressures, so I know it sounds a bit mad, but I'm going to set the tyre pressures now. Just again, tyres naturally deflate a little bit over the time. Doesn't matter whether they've, you know, no leaks on the tyres themselves, but they will naturally deflate a little bit. So I'll probably stick them maybe 3 or 4 psi higher than normal, because you don't want the tyres going soft, and they'll flat spot if they go flat and left on the concrete. So I'll set the tyre pressures, handbrakes left off, just so nothing seizes up there. And aside from that really, yeah, windows left down a tiny little bit actually, just to, like I say, I've got those bags in there to stop the damp, but you just want to ensure the car can breathe. Yeah, aside from that, that is about it. As I say, I'll get them all covered up. That's probably the most important bit. And then we can really get stuck into Sprout. So the first thing we're probably going to do on Sprout is the seals. full outer seals. We'll repair the inner seals, and then I'm not quite sure yet. I might get it MOT'd at that stage, or I might just carry on and rip this front end off. Thinking about it, actually, I'll probably just get well stuck in, rip this front end off. And just for one of the viewers, subscribers, asked me about the heater motor. So PL has a twin speed heater in it. What enables you to get to twin speeds is it has a resistor in the heater itself. So speed number 2, which is a fast speed, which will just be direct battery voltage. So it'll be, well, when it's running, maybe 13.5, 14 volts. So that gives you the fast speed. And so you get half speed, the slow speed. All they do is they just fit a resistor in line to the heater supply, and that just reduces the voltage. I don't know what it brings down to. I might measure it actually in a minute. But someone asked me what the resistance of that resistor was, and it's 3.2 ohms. So that gives you the slow speed on the heater. And aside from that, it's only a quick update this week. I'm not going to get stuck in. I'm just really busy with work, but everything's in here. It's ready to go now.